from the executive vice president, Joe Chauvin, though he left before school started, addressed to me. And I thought, holy shit, they're probably offering me a job. And I open it, and it's this card, and it says, "Dear Stephen, we were all very amused by your application and the answer to the essay questions, but we cannot admit you to Evergreen State because we have no mental health facilities on campus." And I was outraged. They were taking anyone who could breathe and maybe even some dead guys as they opened that college. So I immediately sat down on a typewriter and sent off a demand for a sanity hearing. And Evergreen, being what it was, always give a weirdo a fair shake. They agreed. So a month later, they set this up. I meant to stay sober the night before, but what else is new? I went out and got shithouse. So I get up in the morning, I'm pretty shaky. I had a few beers, and then I got out in the freeway, and I was hitchhiking in the rain. I think Olympia was about 60 miles away. So I had a half pint of whiskey in my jacket. I tried some of that, and I still wasn't getting right. So as always, I took some mescaline. So I hitchhike up to Evergreen. I get there. None of the school has been built. Part of the library has been started. There's no dorms. There's no facilities, auditoriums, nothing. And it's just a big mud hole. And, by this point, I'm pretty fucked up. And I kept falling in the mud.
Oh, God.
Once time, I just face planted.
On your way to your sanity hearing.
Yeah, but the sanity hearing is in one of the Quonset huts. So, I would knock on these, there were all these Quonset huts around. They told me which one it was, and I'd forgotten. And I'd knock on these Quonset huts, and some construction guy would pull open the door, and I go, "Is this where the sanity hearing is?" They did everything but shove me down the steps. So I finally find the Quonset hut, and I step inside, and there's 11 or 12 people there at a long table, a bunch of professors, all the people from the psychological counseling department, the financial aid director, and, they're all chatting. And I stepped in there, and I thought, oh, fuck, this is just a bunch of old hippies.